Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 4 of season 3 of The Mandalorian. Last week's episode, we spent quite a bit of time on Coruscant following Pershing and Elia Kane, who just shows that something is happening in the background of everything that's going on right now. Coincidentally, while all that was going on, Bo-Katan's castle was part of a precise strike as well by a contingent of Imperial fighters that seem to be a little more structured and plentiful than your average Imperial warlord might be able to stumble upon. So there's definitely some coordinated efforts happening here all across the galaxy, all tying us back into the main through line that has been at the center of this story from the very beginning, and that has been Grogu and the cloning experiments and whatever Gideon and possibly even Thrawn want with this. With Grogu, with the child, with these experiments, with this research, going as far as they can to, one, strike back at those that caught them in this mess to begin with, and then also make sure that that research does not fall into the hands of the Republic. So it's really interesting to seeing these things all kind of come together and unite. And, on top of that, we got some great world building to kind of show where the Republic is kind of at right now, kind of how it allows for it to kind of crumble and fall apart and fail all over again in a very different way, though, lining up with a lot of the different books that kind of came out around this time, most notably, the Leia one, talking about all the stuff that she was kind of trying to prevent a lot of this stuff, which is really interesting because there's a lot of different ties that can be made in that last episode to everything else that's been kind of surrounding this era. So I'm curious to see where we go from here because Bo and Din both have been redeemed. Bo has not mentioned anything about the mythosaur, so I'm wondering if this is going to be part of her spiritual awakening and she just comes into the fold, or if she's going to put herself at odds with Mando during this whole thing. I'm very curious. I'm keeping my eyes on Bo. I can see it going both ways, but I'm hoping that, they become a unit and become a team. Based on some of the comments by the actor who plays the armorer, I still have my guard up about the intents and the, kind of machinations behind the Children of the Watch, but I don't know, could be disarming me, but I'm very interested to see where things go. We'll leave it at that. So if you want to see the full-length reaction to this, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access as well. It is in watch-along format, so we'll need your own footage to sync up with the time codes to reaction to the entire episode. Get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover here on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies to react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, try to make it worth your while, so sure, go to way to support the channel. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. I would really appreciate it because it really does help us out quite a lot over here. But with that all said and out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and hop into episode 4. Here we go. Oh, interesting.
Submission.
Hell yeah, man. This is a waste of ammo, guys. No wonder that fucking crocodile dinosaur wanted to attack them. They just keep blowing up its watering hole. Oh, even he's getting in some training. Oh, wait, no. Or are these, like, space crabs? Okay, never mind. It's not him. Never mind. I take it back. Yeah, dude. Oh, please just don't latch onto his face. Everything just tries to hurt this little boy.
It's time that you learn with the other Foundlings.
This episode, I do believe, is called The Foundling, and Carl Weathers is the director on this episode. I think he was tweeting about it yesterday.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
If he is ever to rise from Foundling to apprentice, he must learn. Judge, he challenges.
He is too small.
I am his ward. Proceed.
What weapon?
Let the challenge decide.
Darts.
Bring the training darts.
Why doesn't he wear a helmet?
He is too young to speak the creed, and so too young to wear a helmet.
Then he's too young to fight.
I was about to say the same thing,
One
but
does not speak unless one knows. Is that not the creed?
Well, I know.
Perhaps this lesson is for you then.
The training darts.
interesting.
Fighters, arm yourselves.
It's like takes up his entire
worry.
arm.
My dad was the same way. He's just proud of you. You take it easy on him, kid.
No, Auntie Bo-Katan giving him a pep talk.
Each has 3 darts. You may fire the darts in any order.
We may fire
Each
when ready.
direct hit scores 1 point. A mark must be visible to score. 1 round, highest score wins.
Squeeze your fist to launch the darts. You'll be fine.
He doesn't know how to fire darts.
He's got this. Trust me.
Ready. Begin. Point.
Don't look at me, look at him.
Ready. Begin. Point.
Grogu, I've seen what you can do. It's okay. Show them.
It's gonna like.
Begin. 3 points. Winner.
There you go.
Did you teach him that?
Not me.
Hell yeah.
One doesn't speak unless one knows.
You know, he easily could have won then if he could have just shot them all in one round. Oh!
No blasters will kill the child. Follow it to its lair.
Yeah, I definitely think that is Paz's kid, man. From the way he was talking, you know, in response to what had just happened, and then that response there, I don't know. On top of the coloration choices for the armor. Out of fuel. Damn.
I'm out of fuel. It always gets away.
Oh, not from that. Dude. Good start. The Foundling. Just follow it to its lair.
I kept a high altitude and followed it to its lair. I know how to get there. I scouted where it lives and mapped the location. There, I will go get him.
The mountains are too high. If we use jetpacks, the beast will hear.
It would kill the child. I'll fly to the foothills. Scale the rest of the way on foot.
I'll join you.
Paz Vizsla, and join the Shriekhawk training team to accompany you. We must avoid explosives and blasters for the safety of the Foundling.
This is an interesting setup, man.
This is the Forge. It is the heart of Mandalorian culture. Just as we shape the Mandalorian steel, we shape ourselves. We all begin as raw ore. We refine ourselves through trials and adversity. The Forge can reveal weaknesses.
He looks so scared. Oh, it's giving him. Oh, it's giving him PTSD. Oh, it's triggering him.
Get the youngling to Kelleran. Go!
Wow.
Everything's gonna be all right, kid.
Yo! Yo! Dude! Yes! Holy shit! God damn!
Don't let them escape!
Dude, that's some redemption, man. I'm so happy. Is this supposed to be the same character he played in, like, the, that game show that, honestly, I'd never heard of after it was announced? Dude, Ahmed Best has deserved this. Oh god, all those people are dead. Ooh. Well, very bumpy landing.
Keller and Beck? They're right behind me. What about the others?
Dude.
There are no others. Take the ship. It's fueled and ready to go. Come on.
Oh. Man, I can't believe we're getting this much of a flashback. This is way more than I expected us to get so soon. Oh. Wow.
It is a tradition in our culture for each to donate a small portion of what they earn to the Foundlings. It is with these scraps of Beskar that I forged your next piece of armor. Mandalorian steel shall keep you safe as you grow stronger. You will grow into this rondel as you grow into your station.
Dude, I can't get over the fact that we just got Ahmed Best as a Jedi in this, and he was the one that got Grogu out of there. That is wild. That is so good. I know a lot of people, like a fair amount of people are probably going to be disappointed that it wasn't somebody like we knew, but I think that's a great little call. Yeah, Keller and Beck, that was him. That was the same character.
How do you eat when other people are around?
You don't. When you get your food, you go off to find a place where you can take off your helmet.
Oh, like she's asking questions. Because we would all ask the same questions.
You are the leader of the war party. You have the honor of staying by the fire. This is the way.
Oh, wow. He's being surprisingly chill. More than I would have expected.
The raptor's lair is atop the highest peak.
Dude, I would imagine this kid would be dead by this point, though.
It will kill the Foundling if attacked. It has happened before when it has taken others.
Oh, so this is not the first time. This reminds me of the wildling scaling the wall. Wow. There's some other Mando armor.
It's not here. Let's find the kid.
I see a heat source there.
Wait until we clear the area.
He's my son.
Oh, well, there it is.
Ragnar! Ragnar! Ragnar!
Oh my, yeah. Oh.
He's alive!
Oh my god, this is not going according to plan at all. Oh! This is like Space Monster Hunter. Whoa. Ooh. Oh! 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 It's always a bigger fish. Or alligator dinosaur.
I'm okay, Dad.
Oh.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Maybe Paz is just gonna be chill. She lost a pauldron.
You have honored your house and all of Mandalore. You have done the highest honor of the Creed, saving a foundling.
This is the way.
This is the way.
And we have brought you 3 more foundlings in need of care and training.
Is that so?
We killed your mom, but we're gonna take you guys. How did they manage that?
You're in need of a repair. Come with me.
Shall I inlay the signet of the Night Owl?
Would it be acceptable to wear one pauldron of the Night Owl and another with the Mythosaur?
The Mythosaur belongs to all Mandalorians. It is always acceptable to wear.
I would like that.
I think she's playing. Okay, I do think she's playing a long game now. Or this is really just her rebirthing, accepting all sides of being Mandalorian, old and new.
What would you say if I told you I saw one?
I would say you are very lucky. It is a noble vision.
No, I mean a real one. Beneath the living waters on Mandalore.
When you choose to walk the way of the Mandalore, you will see many things.
But it was real.
This is the way.
Huh. She seems so unsurprised. I don't know how to read any of that, dude. Holy shit, this like kaiju Grogu concept art. Oh, this was a fun little adventure episode, man. With them like, going after Paz's son, just straight up confirming that. Grogu learning the ways of the Mandalore, sparring and kind of getting his own little education on, like, again, more of this world that he's not really been all that privy to outside of his relationship and his connection with Din. Oh my lord. And then that surprise Ahmed Best cameo, man. Holy crap. I did not expect to see that at all. But like the second he came into picture, dude, I was like, oh my god. And yeah, it's the same dude. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Kelleran back. Yeah, man, that's wild, dude. And he was dual wielding and he was popping off, man. Now the question is what happened to him? Like, how far did he get with Grogu? Because we know Grogu eventually ends up, captured again or in some kind of however that he ends up with the Niktos in the beginning, who liberated him as well from Gideon. So he gets picked up somewhere. It's just wild. I love that the forge, like the mechanical clanging and sparks, ignited this vision for Grogu and taking him back. And we got to live in that a lot longer than I expected. It was wild though. It was intense. I'm so happy for Ahmed Best, man. I think that's a cool little way to bring him back into modern Star Wars in a way, because I mean, I know he could easily play Jar Jar again or something like that, but there's some baggage that comes with that, even though I do not hate the character like a lot of people do. I love that he got to come in here and be a Jedi. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be upset that it wasn't like, you know, again, somebody that we knew, or Mace Windu or anything of the sort. But I think that was a fun, cool little call to go with. But again, Bo-Katan is kind of becoming our little focus here, like her redemption. And her being open about it to the armorer, again, makes me wonder, like, where her intentions lie. Because if she was keeping it a secret from everybody all this time, I would maybe think that maybe it was something she was keeping close to her chest, but I think she's trying to understand her experiences. I think this was meant for her, because Din, while tainted or having sinned, if you will, still believed in the creed and the cause. He didn't need this spiritual experience other than to wash away the sins he's committed, because he's already a believer. I think it's this sign that Bo-Katan, who has been a long-time non-believer of the way, you know, she's seen all sides of the Mandalorians at different points, and this is something altogether new to her. Like, her family growing up, you know, they did the rituals, but it never really meant anything more than a show, as she described. And then she became a part of Death Watch, and that was its own skewed version of what Mandalorians were supposed to be. So, like, I feel like after everything that she's been through, in my hopes that this isn't the attempt to, like, put her at odds against anybody else, I want to think that this is her spiritual reawakening. Din didn't need to see the Mythosaur to believe, but she needed to see something to make her believe. That was something that made her grounded and second guess the life she's been leading up until this point. Because the armor, again, seems totally unfazed by the whole thing. She was like, oh, cool, a vision? Yeah. I was like, no, it was real. Sure. Yeah, probably was. The way they just accepted in stride, and she's, again, proving herself on time and time and again, and kind of trying to understand and learn what she's been missing out. And I think she's starting to see, and I think we as the viewers are also starting to see, that the children of the Watch are not the Watch. As we were they were framed early on as we were coming out in the world, because I think we're trained in that way to kind of scrutinize these sort of things. And I like that we're kind of peeling that back, much like with the Jedi, deconstructing it in a way and learning something different about it. I'm hoping, at least, that this is opening our eyes, that this isn't what we had been led to believe it is. Much like Bo, that her beliefs were not complete. Like, the picture she was painting of the Children of the Watch may have not been an accurate one, which is interesting. And now she's donning her old signet, as well as bearing the mark of the Mythosaur as well. I am starting to think that maybe eventually, though, we are probably going to be passing the baton back to Bo-Katan in this one, the Darksaber, that is. I feel like now, it's more than ever with this, and I don't think it's going to be in like a nefarious way. I don't think it's going to be, like, obviously we've seen she's much more skilled than Den in a lot of different ways, but I'm very curious to see how this whole thing unfolds. I hope it's not maligned in any kind of way, and it still just begs the question, how the fuck did Gideon win it in the first place? How did she lose it in the first place? I don't think we got that. I can't remember. I don't think we got that story. Like, the story of how she lost it and how Gideon obtained it. I don't remember at this point. It's been a while, so I could just be misremembering. If it's been talked about, just tell me in the comments. I'm sure everybody will light me up for that for that little discrepancy. But the creatures in this was wild. The whole, like, you know, monster hunter, like, we have to track it down to its lair. They found its offspring, its nest, though. Like, the one thing I'm just kind of a little hung up on, like, the suspension of disbelief, is the fact that they went a full night with it not having fed this kid, Ragnar, to their offspring. Much like a bird, like, it kept it, like, within its gullet, but didn't also mash it up for easy consumption for it. So there's like a lot of like interest, like a lot of contrivances to make sure that this child was still alive. I thought this was a fun episode, man. Again, I think every episode we've got so far has been just a home run for me. But guys, what did you think? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe if you're not already. And remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. And speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Benny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Coruscant, Margaret Grace, Melito, Robert Anguiano, Raven McGann, Jeffrey Hale, M. Sephiroth, Jake Cantrell, Josh Lee, and Aaron Myers. Thank you guys so much for your continued support, and everybody who's making the channel what it is today. Thank you guys so much. That's it for this video. I'll see you all in the next one. But until then, may the Force be with you always. Take care, everybody.